Dating feels like you're trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing. You're constantly navigating mixed signals and unspoken expectations. And it's exhausting. But what if the instruction manual has been there all along, just not written in words? The truth is, women aren't as complicated as you think. They simply respond to things they instinctively feel, but rarely say out loud. These aren't random behaviors. They're all part of a single powerful psychological system. I call it the safety signal framework. And understanding it will move you from a state of performance anxiety to one of quiet, grounded confidence. So what is this framework exactly? The 6 traits we're about to cover aren't a random checklist. They're all expressions of one inner trait, a secure attachment style. Think of it like this. Your inner security is a stable Wi-Fi router, and the 6 signals are the devices that auto-connect. This is the safety signal framework. Your inner security constantly broadcasting that you're emotionally reliable. So the signals show up in your behavior, and women read that as stability. At a deep level, that's what she's scanning for. Does this man feel emotionally safe and trustworthy, or like someone she has to guard herself around? When she senses that steady security, her guard drops, her body language relaxes, she stops over-explaining. And real attraction finally has room to grow. In a 2003 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, Clonan and Luo tested different attraction theories and found that attachment security, more than similar interests or personality, was the strongest predictor. A 2009 Luo et al. Speed dating study in the Journal of Personality showed that men who stayed relaxed and non-clingy, like not over-texting between dates, received significantly higher initial romantic interest from women. Now that you get the idea of safety signals, we're about to dive into the 6 most important ones. Before we do, comment below, comfort, leadership, or consistency. Where do you struggle most? And keep watching, because the first signal is something you can use tonight to dissolve awkward first date tension. So what is the number 1 trait that over 17,000 women across nearly 150 countries actually look for in a man? A massive 2023 study in Human Nature tracked single women and found that for a long-term partner, emotional stability and kindness supportiveness beat wealth or dominance. We're focusing on emotional stability because in early dating she reads it through one thing: your ability to relieve pressure, our first safety signal. Early dating is tense for both of you. You're trying to impress, and she's wondering if you're safe to relax around. Most guys, without meaning to, add pressure. So the man who can take it off stands out. When you stay unbothered by little things, you become the calm center. She reads that as emotional safety and lets her personality out. This isn't about grand gestures. It's staying relaxed when plans change and saying, "Let's try this instead," or not spiraling about a delayed text. Being the calm one isn't passive. It shows emotional strength. Relieving her pressure is only half the equation. The next signal is what makes her feel seen instead of evaluated. And that's where most men, even with intentions, get it wrong. So, what is the difference between making her feel seen and making her feel evaluated? Evaluation feels like she's being scored from the outside. Being seen recognizes the person behind the look, her taste, her choices, her identity. That's safety signal number 2. Notice small, non-obvious details about her. A generic "you look beautiful" can make her feel like she's on a stage being graded, which creates pressure and self-monitoring instead of ease. But when you notice a specific choice, a book in her bag or the scent she picked today, and show real curiosity, she feels valued as an individual. Not just a body that looks good. What you're really responding to is the version of herself she's trying to express. Relationship researchers call this the Michelangelo phenomenon. A 2009 review in Current Directions in Psychological Science found that when partners see and encourage each other's ideal self, relationships feel closer and more satisfying. Like the sculptor, you're helping bring out who she wants to be, not just reacting to the surface. It's the difference between "you have beautiful eyes" and That's an interesting necklace. What's the story behind it? The first evaluates. The second tells her, I'm curious about your world. That kind of attention hits her nervous system as safety. She softens, opens up, and stops over-monitoring every move because she feels actually seen. Now you might be thinking, okay, be stable, be attentive. But what about taking the lead? Don't women want a man who takes charge? Yes, but not in the way you probably imagine. She doesn't want a dictator. She secretly wants you to save her from one of the most exhausting parts of modern life. And that exhausting part of modern life, it's decision fatigue. This brings us to safety signal number 3, balanced leadership. It's the ability to take initiative and make decisions without being controlling. When a woman says she wants a man who takes charge, she doesn't mean an authoritarian. She means a man who can gently lift the mental weight of making one more choice today. It signals competence, but also consideration. And let's be very clear. This is not about being some cartoonish alpha male. A 2025 study in the Psychology of Women Quarterly confirmed this. When over 300 people designed their ideal leader, they overwhelmingly chose competence and warmth while rejecting dominance and arrogance. She wants a partner, not a dictator. So you stop asking, so what do you want to do? Instead, you provide a simple 3-step lead. First, propose a clear plan. I was thinking we could check out that new Italian place. Second, ask for her preference. How does that sound to you? Third, you handle the logistics. Great, I'll book it. Leading a great date is powerful, but it's completely undermined if she senses it comes from a place of neediness. And that brings us to the next signal, which is about self-respect. It's the core difference between a man who is choosing her and a man who is clinging to her. She feels that difference in her bones. And that feeling is stability. The fourth safety signal is having standards and a life that doesn't revolve around her. That means no eggshells and no guessing which version of you shows up. When you're not desperate for her approval and stand in your own self-respect, your attention feels like a choice. You're choosing her, not clinging. And that calm, consistent energy is what she relaxes around. You might hear, have standards and think you'll seem difficult, but that's a strong center of gravity. The guy who keeps canceling his own plans early on often flakes on shared plans later. Your integrity in small things signals your integrity in big things. Picture 2 men. One cancels his workout when she texts. The other says, I'd love to see you. I'm free right after I finish at the gym at 8. The second man is more attractive. As a woman, it feels like being invited into a real life, not becoming his whole life. Standards do that. But if all she feels is firmness with no warmth, it starts to feel cold or arrogant. Next, we'll talk about warmth, not weakness, but the quiet confidence that turns you from just an option into a safe harbor. So what does being a safe harbor look like in practice? That's safety signal number 5, subtle, grounded warmth. Not weakness or clinginess. Picture the try-hard cool guy, guarded and scared to show emotion because he thinks feelings make him look weaker. Around him, women tense up and second-guess themselves. A man with subtle warmth is the opposite, secure enough to let his face relax, use gentle humor, and show appreciation or interest without pushing. Around that, a woman's shoulders drop. She stops editing herself and feels, I don't have to perform here. The stereotype content model in psychology says we judge people on 2 things, warmth and competence. When she feels both from you, good intentions and capability, she's more inclined to admire and trust you. That's why the signal melts defenses. With a calm, non-defensive presence, she feels safe to admit something embarrassing without bracing for a dig. You become the guy she can exhale around. The safety signal framework has 6 signals. When you get the first 5 down, attraction stops feeling like guesswork. But if you skip the final signal, most connections you build will stay fragile. Those first 5 create pull. The last one turns that pull into lasting trust. Let's unpack that last thought because it's the most important distinction in this entire framework. Let's be very clear about the terms. Intensity is the grand gestures, the love bombing, the dramatic emotional highs. It's the 3-hour phone calls on day 2 and promising the world after week 1. Consistency is something far quieter and infinitely more powerful. It's your words matching your actions over time. It's emotional stability. It's simply being the same person on a casual Tuesday as you were on an exciting Friday night. Here's what she feels, but may not have the words for. Intensity, while exciting on the surface, secretly creates anxiety. A part of her brain is always asking, is this real? Can he keep this up? It feels like a performance. So you'll often see her pull back a little when the intensity spikes, texting slower, taking longer to make plans, or quietly watching whether you actually follow through on the small things you say. Think of it this way. The intense man is a roller coaster, thrilling peaks, but also terrifying drops. The consistent man is a steady, upward trending path. Now, which of those 2 rides would you want to be on for the rest of your life? Most women might enjoy the roller coaster for a short season, but when it comes to who they actually invest in and build with, they choose the steady ride their nervous system can relax on. Your consistency is what builds trust, and trust is the bedrock. It's what lets a woman lower her defenses, emotionally invest, and actually see a future with you. And the research lines up with this. In Sternberg's triangular theory of love, studies consistently find that while passion often fades, commitment, which is built through reliable, consistent behavior, is the strongest predictor of long-term relationship satisfaction. This should feel like a relief. This is your superpower. It frees you from the exhausting pressure to create fireworks. You don't win with women by trying to impress her with constant highs. You win by showing up the same grounded way over and over. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be predictable in a good way. Intensity impresses women briefly. Consistency impacts women deeply. Intensity can feel exciting, but consistency feels trustworthy. So you now have all 6 signals in the safety signal framework. But please don't just turn this into a checklist. Becoming a dating robot who performs these steps is the exact opposite of the goal. So, how do you make all of this feel natural? Like, it's just a part of who you are. It all comes back to a fundamental shift in your mindset, moving from performance to presence. And that shift from performance to presence happens when you realize one crucial thing. All 6 of these safety signals we've covered, from pressure relief to consistency, are not a checklist to memorize. They are the natural results of your own inner security. The goal isn't to become a flawless robot who never makes a mistake. The real goal is to be a grounded man who is consistently working to be a better, more secure version of himself. Progress, not perfection, is what instinctively builds that deep attraction she feels. So stop trying to guess what women want. Focus on building your own secure center. When you feel secure in yourself, you will naturally broadcast the very safety signals that create authentic connection without even trying. The game of attraction isn't won by the man who performs the best, but by the man who is the most present. Cultivate your security, and the attraction will take care of itself. If this framework resonated with you and gave you a sense of clarity, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that replaces dating anxiety with actionable confidence.